just quickly, I need to address that last episode I got something a little bit wrong. In fact, I got something majorly wrong. I put up the wrong stats in Trico's bio, thanks to Pokejoe for pointing this out. Here's the new stats, or the proper stats, the real stats. I didn't want to like take down the episode and re-upload it as it was the pilot one, and you know, it kind of would have been a bit bad if I take down the first episode and put it back up. So I felt just by addressing it now, I'd show you that I made a whoopsie. It was the first episode, so let's not make that a running trend with this series, alright? Alright, on to the video. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Last time we started our journey here in Little Root Town, saved Professor Birch, and gained our partner Pokemon Trico. Not Trico, Jesus, Torchic. Let's take a look at his stats, because we didn't actually see these. Okay, not good. Actually, that's alright. If we look over here, every Pokemon gets a nature. You see, my Torchic is an impish nature, and that means that one stat is lowered by 10% and one stat is raised by 10%. So the raise stat is written in red there, that's defense, and special attack is lowered. Some natures you'll get which raise and lower both the same stat, so they cancel each other out. But you know, we got a fairly decent Torchic here. Like I mentioned, Torchic does start off with higher special attack than attack, so that's why they're kind of equal at the moment. But anyway, let's go talk to our mother before we carry on with our journey. See if she's got anything to say to us. Hey, how's it going? Are you feeling okay, Dazzy? You look a little tired. I think you should rest a bit. Is that it? Seriously, that's it. Okay. Now take care out there, honey. Let's go. I feel a lot better, by the way, guys. I'm no longer sick. Let's head on out back to Route 101. Dazza, wait! Haha, here we go. The retrieval of a very good item. I just came to see you. Dazza, did you introduce yourself to Professor Birch? Oh, what an adorable Pokemon. You got it from the Professor. How nice. You are your father's child, alright? You look good together with a Pokemon. To think that you have your very own Pokemon now. Your father will be overjoyed, but don't push yourself too hard. If anything happens, you can always come home, honey. I like honey. Honey's nice. Okay. You gonna say anything? No? Cool. So let's continue heading out. Thanks for telling us that we could always come home, even though we just came home. Okay, Dazza! So we're back on Route 101, and it's May. This is from my dad. He said he forgot to give it to you before, so she will upgrade our PokéNav Plus and add the DexNav function. The app I just added to your PokéNav Plus is called the DexNav. I can tell you lots about the Pokemon living in the area and that kind of stuff. It's a handy app to have if you're trying to catch lots of different Pokemon. Alright, guess it's time to use the DexNav to do some more Pokemon catching myself. Dazza, you should use those Pokeballs I gave you earlier to do a bit of catching too. So we now have the ability to catch Pokemon, and we also have the DexNav here. This is a really strong feature in this game. So we're going to start off by kicking into a wild Pokemon battle. Oh, a maze right there as well. Dazza, over here. Oh, she's going to show us a tutorial. See that right there? There's a tail sticking out. There's a Pokemon hiding there. And look here, if you check your DexNav, alright, it looks like that Pokemon has a pretty rare move too. Yeah, Dazza, try getting closer, real nice and slow. So yeah, we sneak up into the grass, and that's what it said in the book I read. This looks so weird. You're almost there. Slowly. Remember, you press lightly on the circle pad to sneak. So yeah, we want to do this, because if we take a look at our bottom screen here, we have a Poochyena. And this is a really powerful feature of the DexNav. You gain Pokemon at higher levels that you can normally get them, with moves you can't normally get. Also hidden abilities. This is a way to get Pokemon with their hidden abilities. What else? Items they don't normally get. And also you can get higher IVs. If you want to look up individual values, you can find out what they mean. A little known, or a lesser known fact actually about Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Gold and Soul Silver. Sorry, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Is that on Route 101, all the Pokemon have a 100% chance of being captured. And this is what we're going to kind of abuse in this first route here. So, to use or to gain access to getting all these Pokemon for our living decks, we are going to be abusing this sort of early on. There's only 3 Pokemon you can catch here, but we do need to get all of these for our living decks anyway. And do I want to nickname these Pokemon? Of course I do. I didn't talk about Poochyena there, but I will do next time we encounter one, because we need one more. Okay. Is an omnivore. It will eat anything. A distinguishing feature is how large its fangs are compared to its body. This Pokemon tries to intimidate its foes by making the hair on its tail bristle out. And we're just simply going to go for an easy name here. We're going to call this one Fido. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to call this as... Oh, it's a girl. Okay. I'm going to just call it Puccina, because that's kind of like Pucciana. And, and is a nickname. So yeah, nicknaming every Pokemon is going to take a while. Is May going to talk to us? That was amazing, Dazza. I've been at this way longer than you, and I even had a hard time sneaking up like that without being noticed. So, now that we have caught Pucciana, you can see on the bottom screen, we can tap it, and we can actually search for it. And if there's one nearby, it pops up, and we can go and sneak over to it. So it makes finding Pokemon you've already captured really, really easy. And you can see here it's got a hidden move, well, not a hidden move, but an egg move of Sucker Punch. The higher level or the more encounters you have of a Pokemon, even including trainer battles, the higher that level becomes, and the more details you can see. So, this Pucciana is also female. I kind of want to get a male one, but while I search for one, I'm going to talk about Pucciana real quick. So, obviously, it is a Dark-type Pokemon, and yeah, you do find a Dark-type Pokemon really early on in this game. Dark-type Pokemon got a bit of a nerf and a buff in 6th generation, mainly because of Fairy-type Pokemon. Can we find one over here? Nope. So yeah, they got kind of nerfed and buffed. Basically, Steel types used to resist Dark type moves, however, they no longer do. However, with the inclusion of Fairy types, Dark is now weak against Fairy type Pokemon. So, like I said, a bit of a nerf, a bit of a buff. Pucciana themselves, their stats are pretty decent. I mean, it's a pretty good hard hitter early on in the game, but you're definitely... Wow, is that really another female one? You're definitely not going to rely on it late game to do any decent damage. Its abilities are decent, but it becomes a lot better when it... Wow, what did I just click on? Okay, wrong thing. I clicked on the bag. It becomes a lot better at level 18 when it evolves into Mightyena. Primary ability turns into Intimidate. Throwing a Pokemon out and having it instantly lower your opponent's stat or attack stat is a really good strategy late game. As well as its actual hidden ability as well. You know what? I'm not going to find any like this. I'm just going to search for them in the grass. As well as its hidden ability, Moxie. Each time you take a Pokemon out, getting your own attack stat boosted is also another really good strategy to use. So yeah, I recommend it sort of early game, but not late game. Here we have Wurmple, basically the Caterpie of 3rd generation. Except it's kind of interesting, because at level 7 it can evolve into one of 2 Pokemon at random, either Silcoon or Cascoon. Not going to be catching a whole bunch of Wurmple right now, since they evolve at random, and actually not too far in the distant future we can actually catch Silcoon and Cascoon. So I'm going to kind of ignore that for now. You know what I'm going to call this guy? Based off Viva Pinata, Wurmple is targeted by Swallow as prey. This Pokemon will try to resist by pointing the spikes on its rear, the attacking predator, weaken the foam by leaking the poison from the spikes. Cool, so I'm going to call this guy Squirm. Because I don't know if I'm spelling it right, but I always remember the Squirms from were they actually called Squirms? I can't remember, but something like that. But I like the idea of Squirm. Squirm's fun. So yeah, as far as Silcoon and Cascoon go, Silcoon evolves at level 10 into Beautifly, and then Cascoon evolves at level 10 into Dustox. Out of the two, I would say Dustox is definitely better. It's got more rounded stats, it's got a better type than obviously being Bug Flying that Beautifly is. Bug Poison is definitely a good set of types to use. It's got good coverage. Again, you're going to want to use it only early. There we go. You're only going to want to use it early for some quick high damage moves. You're not going to want to use it late game. Beautifly, on the other hand, Rivalry is a pretty good ability. Other than that, it's just too frail. It's got weak hit points, it's got weak defenses, it's got a decent special attack. I mean, it's above average. I guess you could say that's got that going for it. But, no, I wouldn't go for it, like, if I were you. Like I said, we're going to be getting it for our living dex, but that's about it. I'm actually going to call this guy Murphy, because he is the name of my girlfriend's dog. So there's one Pokemon we're missing. I'm going to see if I can find it. Hopefully I've literally just run into it. We've already seen it once before, but we haven't talked about it. That's not it. Okay, I'm going to be back with you guys once I find it. Okay, and here we have it, Zigzagoon. Essentially the Rattata of Hoenn region. This Pokemon kind of sucks more though, because it doesn't have decent moves like Super Fang. I mean, at least Super Fang, which cuts your opponent's hit points exactly in half, was a good move, and Zigzagoon doesn't get that. It does have, I mean, it evolves quite early as well to Linoon at level 20. Very quick Pokemon, rounded stats, although, like I said, you're not going to be using these early Pokemon late game. I used to have a Zigzagoon army back when I played it as a kid for its pickup ability, which just finds a random item. The hair on Zigzagoon's back is bristly. It rubs its hard back against hard back hair against trees to leave its territorial markings from when we played it to falls in battles, something or other. Oh, I didn't nickname that guy. My bad. I guess I'll have to nickname him later or just catch another one. But we've got one more Pokeball left, and I do need to catch another Zigzagoon here for my living dex. There you can see the Zigzagoon tail. But yeah, as a Linoon, like I said, very fast. Well, it's got a held item on it. It's got a potion. That's kind of cool. Can I get that? Thank you. What can I say about Linoon? It's you can use it late game as a HM slave, because it does have access to a lot of HM moves, which you're not going to want to put on your normal team, basically. Okay, and with this Zigzagoon here, we will have caught all the 5 Pokemon I wanted to catch in Route 101, because that covers actually every single Pokemon we can catch in this route, so that's fantastic. And I am going to nickname this guy, although I don't know what I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him Flash. How about that? So, the problem I'm going to run into with nicknaming Pokemon is that I'm not very creative. However, you guys, I'm sure you are. Awesome, so that's already completed that. That's fantastic. I'm sure you guys are very creative. So, for example, Wurmple. I'm not going to be able to get a chance to catch Silcoon or Cascoon for a while, so I'd like you guys to suggest nicknames for Silcoon, Cascoon, Beautifly, and Dustox for me, please. And we'll see which ones I pick. Okay, I will have to organize my box a little bit more than what I'm going to currently do. But for now, I'm going to be throwing the Pokemon which I don't need to evolve in there. So Puccina, Wurmple, and Zigzagoon, which I need a nickname. So think of a name for Zigzagoon for me as well, please. Okay, and let's take a look around Oldale Town here, because we didn't actually do that last time. First of all, if you would have tried to go this way, you wouldn't have been able to. This guy would have stopped you. I thought I was catching some rare Pokemon prints. It turned out they were my own footprints. Let's take another look around Oldale Town and see what's here. Okay, the girl over here. Now, when a Pokemon battle starts, the one at the top left of the list goes out first. Try switching around the order of Pokemon. According to the situation, I could give you an advantage. Very true. So Oldale Town is your typical sort of starting town. There's not a lot here. There's the handy Pokemon guy, or Pokemon Center guy. I want to take a rest, so I'm saving my progress. Good for you. We're actually going to head into the Pokemon in a second to take a look at stuff. Okay, Pokemon grow stronger by battling and leveling up. Oh, good, fantastic. The stronger your Pokemon become, the further you'll be able to travel. Kind of true, I guess. Let's head on into the Pokemon Mart and see if there's anything we can pick up that's kind of decent. I definitely want to get some more bowls, because we're going to need to catch Pokemon. What do you want to say? I'm going to buy a bunch of Pokeballs and catch a bunch of Pokemon. That's the only way to catch them, I guess. If a Pokemon gets hurt and loses hit points and faints, it won't be able to battle. To prevent your Pokemon fainting, restore its hit points with a potion. Good tip. Let's talk to the clerk here and see what we've got to buy. May I help you? Yes, buy. So, if you buy 10 Pokeballs in a row, or any 10 Pokeballs, which we're going to need anyway, you will get given for free a Premier Ball, which is the exact same as a Pokeball, has the same catch rate, it just looks different. There's nothing special about it. But, you know, I blabbered on for long enough. I know this is going to be very bio-heavy in the beginning of the game, and we didn't really make much progress. But for the most part, I will be cutting out when I catch random Pokemon, because it's not going to make very much entertaining video, and it's going to delay the progress of the game. So for the most part, I will be doing that. It's just I was sort of explaining the DexNav functions there. But anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when we head on over to our next town, or start moving that way anyway, because we've got a lot of Pokemon to catch next time. So we're going to be heading west to go to Petalburg City. A whiff of salt is always in the air in this city, which is skirted by the ocean shore. And yeah, lots of Pokemon to catch on Route 102. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.